Do you feel like you're always waiting for someone to give you more time, attention, or love? Maybe you've told yourself things like, better than being alone, or they'll change eventually, but deep down you know you're settling for breadcrumbs. What if I told you that you can attract true commitment, but it starts with you? In today's episode, we're diving into the patterns that keep us stuck in relationships where we're undervalued and how you can break free to build self worth and attract healthy, committed love. Stay with me because the end of this episode, you'll not only know why you've been settling, but also how to shift into a mindset that invites the kind of relationship you truly deserve. Let's start with a quick question. Drop a yes in the comments if you've ever stayed in a relationship hoping the other person would eventually give more. Settling for breadcrumbs is more common than we'd like to admit. It often stems from low self worth or fear of abandonment, beliefs that may have been shaped by early experiences. Maybe you grew up in an environment where love felt conditional, or you learned that your needs weren't important, so you carried them into adulthood. The good news? You don't have to stay in this pattern. But first, you have to recognize it. What's one behavior or red flag you've ignored in a relationship because you thought things would change? Write it out in the comments. I really love to hear your stories. Your stories can really help other people, and or give encouragement to make us not feel so alone. So let's talk about the signs. If you're constantly over explaining your needs, excusing inconsistent behavior, or feeling like you're chasing their attention, you're settling. Here's a truth bomb. Love should not feel like a negotiation or a transaction. A healthy relationship flows. It doesn't leave you feeling drained or anxious. And let me ask, when was the last time you truly felt seen and heard in a relationship? Think about that for a moment. And if the answer is, I can't remember, it may be time for a change. This is where everything shifts. Your self worth sets the tone for what you'll tolerate in relationships. If you've been telling yourself things like, I'm hard to love, or I'm lucky just to have someone, ooh, baby, it is time to rewrite that story. Start small. Every day, practice affirmations like, I am deserving of consistent love and care. I am worthy of a relationship that meets my needs. Because here's the thing, the way you treat yourself teaches others how to treat you. You will hear this until the day I die. Love is a mirror, and the relationship with yourself sets the tone for everything else. What you tolerate, what you accept, sets the tone for everything else. It's what you're enabling, and what you're not changing, you're accepting. What's one way you show yourself love and value in your daily life? Share in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas and tips. To attract a committed relationship, you need to embody the energy of love and security. Visualization can be a powerful tool for this. Take a moment to imagine yourself in a healthy, secure partnership. What does it feel like to be loved without chasing? To have someone show up for you consistently? Hold on to that feeling because when you align with that energy, you attract it into your life. And remember, true love is not earned, it's really given. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. The right person will see it naturally. A lot of us stay in breadcrumb relationships because we're afraid of being alone. But here's the truth. Being alone and loving yourself is far better than being in a relationship where you feel unseen or unappreciated. This is something my mother told me every single day of my life. For those of you who don't know, I speak Spanish, and she would say, Ay, hija, es mejor sola que mal acompañada. And what that means is, it is far better to be alone than to be in bad company. I was raised with these principles from childhood, so that's I'm grateful to offer my expertise now because this is who I am. Like, I don't have to try to be this. This is who I am. This is who I was raised to be. And it's made a difference in my life. And I realize that a lot of people, a lot of people want to know, how do you achieve this state? How does it happen? I don't even know where to begin, or I wasn't taught this as a child. I was. And so I share this because I just don't have these problems. I don't have these breadcrumbing things or hot and cold behavior or ghosting. This just doesn't happen to me. In fact, it's quite the opposite. People always want my commitment. So if I can help you with my expertise, you don't have to agree. But I'm also, like I said, I have the best way to learn is from someone who has achieved what it is you want out of life. And that's been my normal since I was in my 20s. So for a long time, this is my normal. So the big piece of advice, let go of fear. Even try this affirmation. Look in the mirror and say, I am whole, worthy, and ready to receive a love that matches my value. Listen, if you're ready to stop settling, type I deserve more in the comments to claim it for yourself. Promise you I'll be cheering you on. If this episode resonated with you and you're ready to stop settling and step into the love you deserve, I'd love to help. Visit me at bridgetoselfmastery.com to book a coaching session. Let's work together to uncover what's been holding you back and create that relationship you've been dreaming of. Remember, you are worthy of love and it starts with you. I'll see you in the next episode.